Recently, I asked a friend, "What do you think about destiny?" "It's there for those who are willing to meet it," he said. It was an interesting response. Destiny is something that I think about from time to time, my own as well as others. When I look at persons who achieve great success in their career or personal life, I wonder, did they know what was in store for them? For many, despite being born in very humble circumstances, they grow to accomplish great things. One such person is singer and songwriter Romain Virgo, who is the 2007 winner of the Digital Rising Stars competition. Today we're speaking to him on the topic. Hi, Romain.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Okay. All right. So when I think about persons like when I look at persons like Usain Bolt or like a Shelley and Fraser Price, and even when I look at your life, there's something that's there in common. You all came from very humble beginnings, and I always wonder to myself, like before everything started to happen, if you imagine that your life would turn out the way it has.
Yeah, I would say yes and no at the same time because growing up and when I really understood what I wanted to do, when I realized that music was what I really wanted to do deep inside, I was picturing where I would go and but then the reason why I said no is maybe how fast is happening now.
Right.
And so it's kind of a yes and no, and then sometimes you even get to achieve more than you even expected. So sometimes it just turn out to be more than more than that blessing that you were looking forward to, and that would basically be it. But sometimes you dream and you never dream that big, and then you see it's even bigger than the dream. So
Okay.
yeah.
And you said something interesting just now. You said what you pictured for yourself. You can just give us an idea, even just take us back to your younger years. What was one of the things that you pictured in your mind?
I always see myself on stage. When I discovered that music was what I wanted to do, I always see myself on big stages. Not just in Jamaica but worldwide. I always, whenever I close my eyes, I could hear people from different races, different language singing my songs.
Really?
Yeah, I could always feel that, and even if I should not go as far as the performance part of it, I always imagine my song playing on the radio.
Okay.
Now I could see it, I could feel like even starting to write a song, write the first verse or the chorus. I could imagine people just singing the song before the song has been recorded or released. It was everything is like a dream come true. And then when you do it over and over, you get to realize that it like your dream can become a reality.
Right.
If you just do it and believe in it and work towards it, and whatever you say you're gonna do, you just do exactly that, and it can just work.
Okay, and my question though, you talk about this feeling, because there are things inside that I feel as well, right? There is this little prompting, there's this urging, and sometimes you feel it from your very little. And there are persons listening now who are feeling the same thing. What do you think, Romain? You think God really placed things in us? Because we're talking about destiny, right? You think for each of us there is something that's placed in us and that we can feel what that thing is?
I think so. I believe so. And it's just for the right moment, for that moment to come where, maybe something just happened, and then you get to realize that this is the moment, this is the time that you need to just let this thing out. I think God placed that thing in each of us, and we just need to find it, and whenever the right time comes, we don't shy away from it or step back. We just need to we just put it all out, and give it 150% of your energy, and I think it will definitely make that dream become a reality.
Okay, and when did you discover your thing? Because I know you used to sing with your mother and your siblings at home, right? And you used to, I read that you played it on cassette. Is that right?
Yeah.
So when did you really find your thing? Because there are persons now who are struggling. They don't know what that thing is. And even if they feel like destiny is calling out to them, there are still other things that are fighting for their attention, and there are so many distractions. So when did you find your thing?
I would say probably about 10, 11. You know, because
Early.
you know, yeah, early for me, and then because I must say every opportunity for me is another, you know, kind of open a door. You know, and if I didn't take that first opportunity, I don't think all of this that is happening now would be possible. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's that at that time the calling or that moment that I should have, just let everything out. You know, I did it at the right time, and I think it was at church when somebody told me that I could sing,
Okay.
and they invited me to sing at one concert. And if I didn't go forward, and just make up my mind and say whether people are gonna boo me or
Right.
laugh or whatever, I just made up my mind at that time that I'm going to go up there and just do it. Just do what I can do at the time and give it all of my energy and all of the effort that I could give it. And I think at that time, I sang on stage and everybody was saying, "Whoa, you can sing!" And then that opened another door for me.
Right.
Somebody else saw me and wanted me to come and perform somewhere else.
Oh, nice.
And from there, that was the process right through. It will lead right over into high school. I became more confident
Okay.
in what I was doing. And high school, I sang one devotion. The entire school heard me, and right away another opportunity. I became the lead singer for the school choir.
Nice.
We entered all together sing. And throughout the entire process, all together sing, people were saying that I should enter Rising Stars. Enter Rising Stars. I got through, and now I'm here. Making my own music, and living my dream, and still have so much that I think I can achieve, and I believe that all of them will come true.
Fantastic. So what I'm hearing from you, Romain, is that it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. I think it's a journey, but if you don't make that first step on the journey, if you don't find that moment that you say you're gonna go out and do it from your heart, and no matter what, you're gonna just you're gonna just make it work. I think everybody have to find that, and I think it's inside every one of us, whether it's to be a musician, or it's to be a police officer, or it's to be a doctor, or whatever.
Or a talk show host.
What? Trust me, it doesn't matter. You just need to just find that moment and just work with it, and trust me.
When you were asked that very first time, because something that just came to me is that we should not despise small beginnings.
True.
Right? So that first time when you were asked to sing at the concert, describe your feelings to me. Were you nervous? What was going through your head?
I'm whole heap of thing I go through. Like I wonder, first of all, my knees them always a shake. Whenever I go on stage and perform.
Even
today,
now?
yeah, even
Wow.
today. I always get that nervous feeling. A whole heap of things I go through the head. I wonder if people are gonna like what I go up there and do now. Are my friends gonna be laughing at me after I come off the stage? Just all the things, all negative things that it's always more negative than positive. Trying to make that first step. But as soon as I get out there and I started and I see that people were loving it, then the confidence started growing right there on stage.
Oh, nice.
So and even nowadays, I'm still nervous, as I said earlier on, wherever I'm performing, even if it's for a small crowd, even if it's around my people that I know every day, there's still that nervous feeling. And I think it's always a good thing to have,
The nerves?
Yeah, I think nothing is wrong with it.
Nothing is wrong with the nerves?
I don't think, I think nerves is a good thing, because once you reach a certain point in it, you will find yourself, and then everything will just flow nicely. And I think sometimes when you're overconfident going into something,
Right.
then that is the time that you mess up. That is just my personal
Yeah, so when you have
thing.
the
I think when you have some nerves, and it kind of leaves that space to show you that, you leave that like you're telling yourself that you can make a mistake,
Right.
and the whole thing go, other than you just being so confident and feeling that you cannot make any mistake, or you're putting yourself in a place where you feel like everything is gonna go good, and then it can
Right.
be the total opposite when you go on
Right,
stage,
right.
and so I just keep that thing that says, anything can happen, but I just need to just do my best, basically.
Okay. And I know other persons have fears as well,
Mm-hmm.
especially with negative thoughts in your mind. That's something that we all battle.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing though is that there are some persons who are not able to push through those thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
that allow the thoughts and the negativity to cripple them pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. But you're saying that you had to experience that as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think, sometimes you have to find other things other than your personal energy to bring across. I always pray, and even nowadays we go on the road. I travel with a band, and everybody, most of the youths inside of my band, they're Christian,
Okay.
are from Christian homes. All of them, every single one of them from Christian families. Some of them are Christians, and then that spirituality, that spiritual side of us is always there. There's somebody that is always there to pray. And sometimes, most of the times, if not all the time, when we hold hands together and we pray, it's like there's no more fear. The nerve might still be there, but there's no more fear. Like it's like everything is covered.
Right.
Like it's like we left everything in God's hands, and then that is one way of getting over the fears. And because when when you put everything in the Almighty, and there is nothing more to, for me personally,
Right.
when I put everything in His hands, there is nothing for me to be afraid of. It's just for me to just go out there and deliver and do my best, and whatever the outcome is, I'll be satisfied with that, and then might review it, and then in whatever areas I think I could improve in, then I check that, and I help that, I use that to help to move forward, so I guess that is just I guess one way that people can find their own ways of trying to get over their fears.
Okay. All right. So just backtracking, it started at the church in the choir, singing in the choir,
Well, it started at church, singing at concerts.
in concerts,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you joined the choir,
And then I joined
and then you were on the choir at school as well.
yeah.
And then you joined Rising Stars, Digicel.
Well,
That's it.
all together sing
Oh,
before.
all together sing
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
And then in 2007, you joined Rising Stars.
I even tried Rising Stars 2006.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't get through because the judge said, Anthony Miller said that I chose the wrong song.
Right.
Which I didn't think I chose the wrong song. I thought that I personally just felt like I was too young at the time.
Right, because you would have been, what, 16?
16 at the
Right.
time, yeah. And I was saying to myself, you know what, I'm going to go next year.
Oh, nice.
Because I could went to another audition, and I was saying that I didn't want to look too desperate at the time. And I was, at the same time, I was saying that maybe this year is just, probably, not, because, I was forced to everybody was saying, do it, and the pressure was there. I personally wasn't feeling ready at the time, and I said, I think that next year will be my year. And I didn't give up on that. I didn't, when 2007 arrived, I didn't shy away from it. I just know that this was my moment, and I was going there with no fear at all. Just going there with God, and it worked out.
Yeah, but that's even interesting as well, because you said at one point you tried it, you felt like this was your dream, and you tried entering the competition, and you failed. You were not successful.
I would say the reason why I didn't look at it totally as not being successful is because I personally thought that it wasn't totally totally my whole idea of getting up and doing it. It was people who were pushing me at the time and saying, my family was saying, do it, man, do it.
Okay.
I wasn't ready fully at the time, because if I really and truly wanted to do it in 2006, I think that I would go to all the auditions and try them out. I waited 1 year because I think that at the time I was saying that I have the talent, I know I can do it. I'm just gonna give myself some time first, and then and go for it. And then I thought that 2007 was the right calling. That was the time that the Almighty wanted me to enter that competition, and I entered 2007. That was it.
Nice. How important do you think timing is? If someone is listening now and they might have tried something before and it didn't work out.
It don't mean that it's not for you. It is not for you. I believe that, there I can just use, for example, some of the things that I do. I have songs that I recorded probably a couple of years ago, and put it out, and then we were saying that, whoa, why people not taking on to this song? And then nowadays, wherever I go and perform that song, it would be like the song that people want to hear. So it shows that sometimes, not everything is gonna work right away, but it just needs some time to grow. And patience is key in whatever you do. Not everything is gonna go as fast as but once you believe in it, and once you be patient with it as well, it definitely can work. So time, giving everything time, I think it is very important as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Romain, for talking to us here on City Beat
Good, thanks.
on Roots 96.1 FM.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.